What's the useless talent that you may have?
Wrestling.
Oh my God.
Welcome back, Wrestle Nerds. Vic the Villain here. See who's making their way to the ring.
JP Savage, you're welcome.
Old school.
Gentlemen, now this is a moment. Let me tell you, shooting the ish has just leveled itself up with this episode. Yeah, he might be the former national heavyweight champion, but you bet your sorry ass, if you cross the ring from this man, he gonna feel sorry for your damn luck. The man you can catch on Tuesday nights taking names and kicking ass. Ladies and gentlemen, the future world's heavyweight champion of the world, NWA's Cowboy James Storm.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing, man?
How are you, my man? How the hell are you?
Hell, it's beer 30 somewhere, that's for sure. So
love it, man. Love it.
Fantastic. Speaking of beers, what are you drinking right now?
That
I
is
have
a
to know.
I'm not even drinking beer. I'm drinking Jack Daniels right now.
Jack
Oh,
Daniels.
really?
Any specific type? Just a
It's
good
just
old Jack?
Jack Daniels black. You know, put hair on my chest, shave it off later for TV, so I look cool.
Okay. Okay. Now
That's
the
how you
question
do it.
is, are you having it on the rocks or you
Yeah.
having it neat?
Nah, it's just straight on the rocks, man.
Oh, that's my guy. All
Yeah,
right.
I just shot a music video not too long ago where I wrote a new theme song will start coming out too, and hell, I drunk half a bottle of Jack Daniels during that.
Awesome.
It's the best inspiration.
That's it.
That's the go-to.
And you know the thing is, guys, let's not forget the fact that the man is from Tennessee. So he's getting his hands on some primo Jack. Like the Jack that just came out the barrel.
Yeah.
He's got the top of the line stuff.
Well, the funny story is, one of my really good friends actually runs the Jack Daniels distillery.
What?
Yeah,
Of
I've known him
course.
for over almost 30 years, and for my birthday 2 years ago, he brought a barrel of Jack Daniels whiskey to my house and tapped it.
Oh my
So we are
God.
drinking straight out of the barrel.
Best things in life.
You what has come to your lips, pause, is the most like exclusivity. You are a connoisseur of people have no sorts of understanding to what degree at this point.
So James, I gotta ask you, man. Everything's so exciting. What's happening in your career right now? We're excited that you're here with us. What excites you right now in the world of professional wrestling?
Just just being able to still wrestle. You know, I've been doing it for 22 years. You know, you see a lot of guys whose careers don't even last, 5, 6, 10 years, So
Yes.
Facts.
for me to be able to do it for 22 years is a blessing from God, and just for me to go out there and just entertain the people and do what I still do these days, man. It's fun.
Listen,
Right.
so I'm gonna say right now, James, that there's not many things I pray for in life, right? Good health, prosperity, right? And for James Storm to be on the screen again. Because, when I heard that you were about to debut on NXT, and I saw your debut, and the cock tease that shit was because it was only one match. And, obviously there's agendas and life comes first, right? But it's been great to see you back on TV, man. And if I may say so, better than ever.
Yeah, it was, that was one of the decisions that, it was kind of hard for me to make, just because I was having some family issues and had to straighten that out. And you never know, the door might still be open and I might show up there again someday.
Okay.
Believe
They
me.
can always use a little beer money, that's for sure.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh man,
I
that's
know
so true.
Bobby could use some beer money right now.
Yeah, I know.
Please.
Oh my God! If I were to see you, stop it! Stop getting us excited. Oh my God! Because you know what? I am excited about what you've been doing lately, man.
thank you.
NWA. Oh my God!
That Cole Cabana, man. He sure is a pesky fuck, huh?
He's a cheater.
It's
That's
okay,
the nicest
man.
word I can say about it.
We know you're onto bigger and better things. Something that may weigh about 10 pounds of oro, like we say in Spanish, some gold.
Yeah, that's you know, that NWA National Belt. It was, to me, it was just something to catapult me to where I should be, and that's in the title picture for that NWA 10 pounds of gold.
Okay.
Most definitely, we want to see that gold around your waist, bro. And let me ask you, you know, grown men don't kiss and tell and all that, but what did Camille really whisper into your ear on Tuesday?
Hey!
I always tell people, I said, man, she didn't whisper shit. She just stuck that tongue in there.
Oh!
And the thing of sucio. You dirty. Hey.
Yeah.
22 years later, he's still America's Most Wanted.
That's
Right.
it, man.
That's right. Hey, talk to me about that time, James, man. Everybody really loves you for those impact moments that you gave us. Those battles with Rhino, man. Beer Money, of course. America's Most Wanted. What was your favorite? What's the most fun you had during those times?
I mean, the most fun I had was, you know, at the beginning of TNA when we were doing all the stuff out of Nashville, out of the Asylum and stuff. Man, it was just wild because as soon as the show would be over with, we all just go downtown and all the bar owners would just give us open tabs and we just get shit,
Nice.
you know, just have
Holy
fun.
shit.
But it, you know, it was just one of the things. And two of my favorite matches, well, three was me and Chris Harris in a Texas Death Match, and then when I beat Kurt Angle for the world title, and then me and Bobby Roode 2012 at Bound for Glory, where we just beat the shit out of it.
That was nice.
Well, you know something really interesting? So TNA, we've always seen James Storm associated with. We're currently seeing you associated with NWA. Brand I really was surprised to see you associated with was ICW. You're doing some stuff over in the UK now.
Yeah, man. That's I always tell people, if you get a chance, go over and check out one of those ICW shows. Definitely go do it, man, because it's wild and crazy, and you know they're over just beating the crap out of each other, and the crowd is so freaking drunk off their ass. That, you know, but it's really cool because they're one of those crowds that still play along with it. You know, they cheer the good guy and boo the bad guy. You know, and hell, it's almost like a soccer game. If you've ever been to a soccer game over there, they're chanting the whole damn show. You know, so it's really cool.
Those are dangerous out there in them soccer games, man. And let me ask you, how exclusive is your contract? I mean, are you a straight NWA guy, or can you rant around? Or
I'm a James Storm guy. I'm not up to contract. I just they call me up, and if they need me, I'll go do the work.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Still free agent then.
That's it. Still free agent. So that's the way to be, you know. And I got a handshake deal with them, and I mean they've been NWA, and they've been really good to me because they're like, hey, if you happen to get a better offer, which they're always pushing for me to do. They're like, hey, just give us a heads up. So that's all I can ask for those guys. So
hey, that sounds amazing. That sounds pretty good. And let me ask you, man, what in the Cornette happened last week, man?
Man, I have no idea, man. Like I don't know, but when you hire Jim Cornette, you got to know what you're kind of getting as well, And I always say a lot of people jumped on him for that, but that he's so used to kind of just talking like that. I think that's just how he was raised up in the wrestling business, that I don't even think he's seen it as the way as so many other people saw it.
Of course, yeah.
And it's too bad how society has changed and stuff. But like you said, you got to be able to change with the times as well.
This is true.
Yeah, this is true. Very true.
And it's sad, man. We talked about it on our show. Like, we were excited to see how it was working out, but we were like cautious because, it's unfortunate. It's happened time and time again.
No doubt.
And he was going well for a long time. I mean, honestly, NWA on Tuesdays has been some of the exciting part. The wrestling world has changed at this point, right? It's like, especially us that we have a podcast, our lives revolve around wrestling. Our wives hate us. Let's just keep it real, right? But
shout out to wife, we love you.
Yes, love you too. But Tuesdays have been exciting, and it's because NWA, and particularly, he was doing so well. It felt in his element. NWA with Jim Cornette, it just felt right, and then it happened. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, because he, like you said, he is known for a lot of the NWA stuff, and he was just a good voice for it, and like you said, it's unfortunate that it just happened.
And so now NWA takes the lashing for it. I mean, Is this something now they have to look at the drawing board again? They have to reevaluate procedures and stuff like that, or is this, where do they go now?
A lot of the guys that are there, they kind of just, they monitor real close what they say anyways, a lot of the talent and stuff. But with myself, they trust me enough to go out there, and even though I said bullshit, that was actually Billy came to me and said, "Hey, I want you to say, I want you to say more." I was like, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Yeah." Said, all right,
Okay.
And
cool.
and it's just one of those things where, I think they kind of trusted Jim Cornette maybe a little too much. But it's just one of those things. Like I said, I think Jim has just been brought up in a different time.
Different era.
Where that stuff was allowed back in those days, but like I said, now it's just totally different.
Hey, Cowboy, what's the difference that you feel when performing in front of a studio audience versus an arena?
Well, to me, it's it separates the men from the boys, that's for sure. Because
I love that answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you better know how to work and work right, work a crowd, because, you're in that small area and you can hear every little person either saying you suck or, hey, your balls are hanging out of your trunks or something.
Aaron Stevens.
Well, the funny thing is that actually happened to me. Bobby Lashley picked me up in a standing suplex, and Brian Hedger came over to me. He goes, "Hey, they're telling me on the earpiece that your nutsack's hanging out." I can't fix it. I'm upside down. I'm like,
oh my God.
Oh
my God.
Back to the studio thing, is like I said, it's just one of those things where, especially for me that love to interact with the crowd. I know a lot of times on the bigger shows, you got to make sure you're there for the cameras, and I can see it in WWE that they're wrestling for the cameras and they don't really interact with the people as much as we do with the studio audience.
It's such a different experience, hands down, night and day. And I've always felt you get so much more for your money when you go to these other shows other than WWE shows, and you get to interact. They make you feel more part of the show, man. And with athletes like you that you interact with the fans and stuff, it makes it that much special for the audience.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask any of the guys who are wrestling for WWE right now. They would much rather do the house shows really than the TV shows, just because they have more freedom and they're just having more fun out there with the crowd on the house shows.
Now let me ask you: are you pro flippy shit or non-flippy shit?
Actually, I can see it both ways. Like I'm not the flippy guy because that's just not my character. I remember I did a moonsault one time in TNA when Dusty Rhodes was the booker, and he pulled me aside. He's like, why the hell are you doing that? He goes, "Cowboys don't do moonsaults."
Adam Page didn't get that memo.
Yeah, I just remember telling him, I was like, well, I just wanted to prove to people that I can do it. He goes, "Don't worry about what people think." He goes, "Stick to your character." I was like, all right. And it's just one of those things, like if it works for some guys, cool. But, like you have to remember that all these guys now are trying to start doing all this flippy stuff,
That's a great point.
By the time you get to the fourth or fifth match, hell, you done seen, 10,000 flips already.
A fact, and that's
that's busted is what I want to see.
Exactly, and that's what I've been loving about NWA. I mean, obviously it's following the protocol of the classics, but like you have people have a match and then right afterwards they're cutting a promo, and it's right there, organic. It's not pre-taped. As far as like when they're shooting it, like you're getting the raw, uncut, the way they feel at the moment, and you feel it, and you feel the energy from the crowd as they're hearing it.
Yeah, and that's the best way. Like I said, as soon as we get done with the match, like we're going right over to the promo table and cutting a promo because you're just caught up in the moment, and you just that's when you say your best promo to me, really.
Absolutely, and you have been fucking killing it, especially with the backstage ones. Oh my God. Honestly, man, it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see.
I had to remind these young cats that I still got it.
Hey,
I think that's a part of it too.
Oh, I try to tell these guys. I said, you got to be true to yourself. I said, look, I'm not going to bullshit you. Like I am a mean motherfucker when it comes to it. Like you piss me off, and I will whoop your ass. Like true to it, because I grew up in, bars and fighting and, all this stuff with my cousins and, brothers and all this. And, I know how to handle myself. And I always tell these guys, a lot of these guys have never been in the fight in their life, and they're talking about beating the crap out of somebody. I'm like, nah.
You a real one. They don't want to test you.
You also did it. You also did it a different way too, right? You made it through your training way different than what these guys go to now. Anybody can just go to a school now. Now you had different training, right? Like you had a different path.
Yeah, that's kind of the one thing that I think is lacking a lot of times now on the wrestling scene. Is a lot of these guys, they don't pay their dues. They think they don't have to pay their dues if they know somebody in the wrestling business or they have friends or something like this. Like I was one of the guys. I got into wrestling right when maps were about to go out of business. Like I still use road. Oh, like you try to give a road map to some of these young guys today, they would never make the show.
They would never make it.
They'd be like, "Where's the little guy that walks through the paper?" Like,
yeah. it was one of those times when I was wrestling guys, like Wolfie D, that was Slash, and all these other guys, and they just beat the crap out of us, and we figured that was part of our training, so we just took it, and it just toughened us up.
It's crazy. I'm reading Roddy Piper's book, and he talked about his initial training and how he had his fucking ribs broken and shit. Like, that's just what it was back then. It was a different time. You had to kind of be, in a way, welcomed into the industry.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was funny though, because when I started training, I had to be like, I couldn't start. I finished training, but then I couldn't start wrestling until I had gained like another 30 pounds. Oh. Like the promoter here was like, no, like we need you to look like a wrestler. So you need to gain like 30, 40 more pounds before you come back to wrestling. And I was like, what? But, and nothing against these guys today, but man, you see some of these guys in a bar or whatever, somebody tells you they're a wrestler, you just like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
true. It's true. Yeah.
I mean, people are making money on that concept alone. Look at Jungle Express. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. So it's and like I said, it works for those guys. And it's a good thing that they have the big guy there with them too, because it makes him look even more bigger.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. He looks colossal next to them, which is great.
James, let me change gears for a little bit. You once had a scholarship for playing basketball, huh?
Yeah, man.
What position did you play?
Yeah, I play shooting guard, man.
Oh,
shooting
shit.
Guard.
Yeah. I was going to say forward. I was going to say the forward. Yeah. I thought power forward. That's what I thought.
And it's funny because, like, I can still ball. So, people see me, they look at me, they're like, yeah, right. And I've, like, I can't jump. Like, that's me. Like, I've hustled so many people out of money.
You got some bunnies, too?
Yeah.
You gotta play the forward now. You too big to be a shooting guard now.
Well,
no way.
There's a video on my Instagram where somebody bet me $100 I couldn't make it full court, and I just threw it first time.
The fuck out of
here!
Right
like that?
Cashed in.
Who would you compare your game to?
Do what now?
Who would you compare your game to? Who did you look up to as far as in basketball?
Man, it's like I was kind of like a Penny Hardaway, like
wow,
I was, fan, yeah,
really,
and Scottie Pippen, like, but like my favorite all-time player was Magic Johnson. Like he was him just being able to pass the ball like he did was freaking unreal.
Whenever you make it look so easy,
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you, where is Austin Pay State University?
It's in Clarksville, Tennessee, right before you get to Kentucky, kind of around Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
So now they had given you a scholarship for basketball.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we're planning on going there. What happened?
So I went there and started practicing with the team and stuff. And it was 1 week before the season was supposed to start. I came back home. And I saw a commercial for the USWA wrestling school that was local around here. And it was like, hey, do you want to travel the world? Do you want to be rich and famous? I'm like, shit, they're talking to me. So,
yo, this was meant to be. Get the fuck. That's like some movie shit.
Like,
I started training, and in my third week training, I wound up breaking my shoulder and had a compound fracture in my right shoulder. And lost my scholarship and everything. So.
Oh man, that fucking sucks. But some things are meant to be, huh?
Oh yeah, because you don't see no more 6'1" white guys in the NBA no more.
Yeah, JJ Redick might be one of the last ones.
JJ Redick.
Well, he's like 6'4".
So USWA, you were with the Jarretts for a long time then.
Yeah, like because Jeff's dad is the one that helped train me and his grandfather. Jeff will come in and out every now and then because he was with WCW at the time. And then Wolfie D was like the main trainer. And it was crazy because there was like 60 or 70 people that showed up the first day of signups for training. And I was the only one that made it out because like I said, it was a shoot class. Like they would just beat the shit out of us to try to get us to quit because they already got our money. So they don't care.
It's not easy though. It's not easy. It's not like today.
Yeah, no. Wolfie told me, he goes, no, we're just trying to get you to quit. You know, we're just saying who wanted the most. He said we couldn't get your dumb ass to quit.
To be honest though, that's some real shit. I respect that kind of upbringing because it kind of prepares you, no?
Yeah, he's like we broke your shoulder and everything because like I said, it was
wow.
I took a bump, man, and the bone popped right out of the skin, and it was bad.
God.
Like again, man, like again, you got to change with the times and that kind of stuff. You know, it would not be tolerated today in 2019. Unfortunately, like it's not something that would go overlooked anymore.
No, because it'd be on social media, then that person that was training would get all kind of backlash or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Completely different times, man. But let me ask you another question here, James. How many beers can you take in one sitting? Because we want to know how do we stack in James Storm's beer game.
This a true story is I went and I was drinking with Mr. Perfect. And I drank 31 beers to his 31 Bud Lights is what I drank to his 39 Bud Lights. So,
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And not so much, I mean, because I'm hearing you talk about 31, 39. I'm thinking about Andre the Giant and shit that we heard. But like he's a colossal human being. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense. But you 31, that's more than a case.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
That's an expensive habit. Mr. Perfect 39. Holy shit.
Oh man. Now
you could have made that perfect 40?
I don't know, man.
Hey,
there has been times when I got on the plane, I had to check myself. Like, did I bring my liver with me this time? Like, somebody's still laying in bed.
So my question to you is, how did you guys walk out of that 31 beer situation?
No, like we were at this bar here in Nashville called Tootsie's, and the owner there he was a big fan, and he just kept giving them to us.
Oh, wow. And you didn't even have to pay for them.
No, that was we didn't.
That's a beautiful thing.
But did you get carried out or did you guys walk out? That's what I want to know.
No, we actually slept in the bar until about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh shit!
Like they left us in this little area. we just slept.
Oh shit! I woke up just in time for breakfast.
James, with talent like this, I gotta say, I'm sure there's something on your Patreon that covers drinking and your talents.
Oh yeah, slowly but surely, I'm building it up, and I don't want to scare everybody off at once. So I'm just putting stuff on there very, very slowly. So.
Let me ask you about this Patreon though. I've heard rumors, and I've heard from other shows as well. You play video games.
Yeah,
you a gamer.
I just started, like with the Patreons that are on there and stuff. Like I'll play video games with them, and it's one of the things where if they beat me, like I'll send them free merchandise and shit.
Oh,
what are you playing? What are you playing?
I'm playing everything. I'm playing Madden. I'm playing, NBA 2K. So
okay.
What platform?
Huh?
What platform?
Both PlayStation and Xbox.
Okay, we're exchanging these numbers, man. I gotta see your 2K game because I hold my own, and I like to, level of prestige that I like to defend. So I want to see where I stack up against Cowboy James Storm.
What NBA team do you play with?
I play with the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
The
Oh,
Grizzlies,
of course.
of course.
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
That means he knows how to play.
All right.
Shit, I'm gonna back down. Fuck.
Yeah, see, that's what I say. You play with somebody like that. It ain't like playing with the Houston Rockets or
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. When you play with real
He's
teams
playing-
like that, he know how to play. Fuck
Listen.
that. Nah.
He's playing with the Grizzlies. He's playing fundamental basketball. He's
Yeah,
setting screens. He's in the
Yeah.
bench looking for minutes.
Yeah, ain't no
like,
fast
he's-
breaks.
Okay, hold on.
He's taking
Give
charges.
me a week or two, James. Give me a week or two, and I'll send you an invite. I'll call you. Don't call me.
No, and one of the cool things is too is because I travel so much. If there's usually if there's a Patreon like anywhere kind of close to where I'm going to or whatever, like I'll give them free tickets to the show and do a meet and greet with them. Yeah.
That's
so,
fantastic.
That's a
man.
great.
That's
And how do they find this Patreon thing?
Yeah, it's just it's at www.patreon.com/James Storm.
Oh, awesome. I'm hitting that up
Fantastic.
ASAP. Let me suggest to you though, since you're a traveling man, and I know how it is. It would if you're gonna be doing this Patreon gaming thing. Did you look into the Switch?
No, actually, I have this. It's called Games or whatever, and it's actually like a giant briefcase where I take my Xbox and my PlayStation on the road.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and I took it up.
I
and
see that's
yeah. Stuff, so it passes the time at airports and stuff. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely see those.
So listen, if you're taking it with you on the road, you are a gamer, a legitimate, bona fide gamer.
yeah,
shit.
it was a time when you didn't bring that shit out in the locker room.
Yeah, those times have changed though, right?
Oh, you mean like with
Somebody-
being a wrestling fan and those things? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's something I think Cornette would be complaining about. The talent today, they don't even drink. They just play video games. Oh shit, that's what's up though. What's your go-to game though? Like if you had a tough fucking day, you have a fucking jack on the rocks, and you're trying to play a video game. What game do you go to?
Oh, it's Madden. I mean, I play so much.
Yeah,
Madden.
nice. Who you playing with?
The
Titans.
Titans. So
Titans.
yeah. Either the Titans or the Cleveland Browns. I don't know why I play with the Cleveland Browns. I think because their defense is good, but that's about it.
Okay. How you feeling about Tannehill right now?
I mean, he's doing the job. So
Doing the
and,
job.
it's gonna be pretty interesting because we're playing Jacksonville. I think this week.
And Nick Foles is back, so
You got Derrick Henry, baby. He's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Hell, he's gonna take you to the
Hell,
promised
cow.
land.
Yo, count that defense too. I love that defense.
So, do you think you'll ever make a cameo in Up, Down, Down with those New Day guys? I hear they like to game too.
Yeah. I know those guys real well. So I don't know. We'll see. If we ever cross paths and stuff. So it'd be
Okay.
fun to do, so.
I'd love to see you on that show, man. See,
Yeah, for sure.
put them onto the sticks, man. Let them know.
And then get him on the basketball court too.
Yeah,
Because-
man. Hell
Because
yeah.
I know you still got that game.
Oh, you see, like every time when we were traveling with TNA, there was a group of us that would always find the basketball court. It was me and AJ and Frankie Kazarian, Austin Aries would play, Christopher Daniels would try.
He looks like he could have
You
played
just sit
basketball.
there and put a block on. You just set a block.
He looks like he's just a wrestler.
Yeah. That was the same way with Chris Harris. We're like, hey, you big bastard, you just stand there.
Yeah.
Don't shoot it. Don't even touch the ball.
Don't shoot it.
Yeah. Seriously, he was
If we
horrible.
throw it to you, throw it back.
Oh,
shit.
man. Good
Question
stuff,
for
man.
you though. Being not only are you a gamer, but you also have dabbled in acting. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I just finished up my second movie in like 2 months. So,
That's right.
so
What was this new film? How was that experience?
it was a lot of fun. It's the concept was pretty cool too. Is I'm a ex like MMA fighter or whatever, but like
Okay.
you kind of I have flashbacks and you see that I win the belt and stuff. But in the championship match, the guy that I beat just like flips out and winds up stabbing me in the back, like with this big knife, and it messes up like back damage. So I have to retire. But then he gets kicked out of MMA. But then fast forward like 10 years later, come to find out he's running this underground fight club or whatever, where if you win money, but if you lose, they kill you. And he's trying to get me to fight, and I'm like, no, I don't fight no more. They wind up kidnapping my wife to make me fight and stuff. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Shit. Pretty cool. Some Mortal Kombat type shit.
Yeah.
What is your favorite genre of movie?
Man, I mean, it depends, man. If I got a woman here, it's gonna be some kind of drama or something.
Okay.
I mean, or a
smart.
horror movie. My go-to horror movie to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic classic. Did you know that in the original, that scene around the table, they took 24 hours to shoot that scene.
Really?
And that the thing is, it's such a low budget film that they only had one set of costumes. So they was drenched in sweat, stinking 24 hours, and the food that they had on the table started rotting, like to the point that maggots were coming out.
Oh wow!
You had actors throwing up, like, and they had to finish the scene because that was the only one shot deal. They shot that movie like in 2 weeks or some shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
because
I'm a big horror movie buff, so I feel like
the horror movie that I just finished right before I did this MMA movie. I was like the lead killer in this movie, and there's a scene where it's just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that I got to throw in there. It was pretty cool. There's like a bookshelf in this house, and then like in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's like the meat locker, whatever. He just closes the door real quick when he's looking, and I did it with the bookcase. I was like, oh, I feel so.
That's so dope.
It was really cool.
What's your favorite? You are you enjoying the horror genre now, or are you a slasher fan? You just back old school shit?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, a lot of the movies now, man, are just kind of hard to believe. Like I like movies that, that could probably really happen. I mean, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre could really happen. Like this guy could go crazy with a freaking chainsaw, And one of my favorite movies is a movie called The Strangers. And it's just where these people just go and kill these people because they were home,
Yep.
Right.
I feel like it's what started Purge. It gave the idea to Purge.
Yes.
I think that too. Because that was the whole entire concept.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of classic movies like that. The House on the Left, fucking House on, like there's so many movies and honestly that's the 80s, 70s, 80s genre.
Yeah.
Have you caught American Horror Story this season?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, 1984. What you're telling me, you're gonna want to watch this because they did a phenomenal job, kind of blending all of the stories we grew to love, and make it into a series for this season of 10 episodes. They did a phenomenal job. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out then.
I feel you what you mean though, James. I just feel like this era of horror movies doesn't have that face to the horror. Like back in the days, those motherfuckers used to scare me, man. Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, believe it or not, Chucky when I was a little younger. But hey, fuck it, yeah, Chucky, throw him in there. You don't have those guys anymore. Maybe because he came with a resurgence.
Well, but when I was making this movie, it was really cool because the director gave me some input to my character in the movie, and so it's about where these two brothers they rob a bank when they're younger. And the other brother gets shot when they're escaping, but they escape to this house and they're living up in this attic. Well, the one brother dies. So when people start moving into the house, I kill all these people that are moving into the house and stuff. And then, so then you have this freaking, like this movie production company that comes to town to film like what happened to the brothers type kind of unsolved mysteries movie kind of deal within the movie, not knowing that I'm still living up in the attic or whatever. So it was pretty cool. And like and I told him, I said, man, it's like those Jason movies, you always hear, or Freddy Krueger, the 1, 2, like, and you knew shit was about to go down. And I said, man, what if, like, before I kill somebody or whatever, you just heard me just go,
yo,
it's just like a creepy whistle, and he's like, man, he goes, I love it. So it's kind of one of those things. Like after every time I kill someone, like I stick my face just real close to them, like while they're dying, and I just whistle or whatever.
Shit!
And so then you find out like the whistle actually came from my mom that did it to kind of like calm me down and stuff. So yeah.
You don't see that no more, yo. You do not see that in movies no more, though. In horror movies, it's all the same thing, man. Like
it's the details,
exorcism of this one, the exorcism of that one. Like, haunted
James, would you ever be interested to do that as a gimmick?
Oh yeah, and what the funny thing is Kentucky when I was doing the Revolution in TNA. But I made it longer. But this one, I just figured I'd just cut it down real short or whatever. And so, actually, on my new theme song that I'm gonna start coming out to, I put it right at the beginning of it. So, because I kind of want to do like I bet everybody knows me as the cowboy and all this. I kind of want to do like an outcast type character. That's what I want to do, because it seems like everybody now, like you said, is doing all the flips and flops and all this stuff or whatever. Whereas me is like I'll stand there and just punch you in the face. It seems like all these people are yay, all these flips and flops and all this stuff, and it seems like I'm the outcast kind of thing just because I just beat people up, So,
yeah.
So I want to try to transition into that a little bit.
And I could definitely see you doing that, man. And standing out is just the smart way to do it. I feel there's too many people doing the flippy stuff, and I still feel like it has a place in the business, but it's just only certain people can pull it off, and it's already getting too redundant.
Yeah. Well, like when you have 3 or 4 matches back to back that are doing the same stuff, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And that goes along with booking too.
WWE.
I think at the end of the day, though, and this is once again what I'm loving about NWA is that, what we want to see is authenticity, right? There's a story to be told, and when we could believe what you're telling us, right? And the reality is, James Storm, when you are in front of somebody and you are spitting your truth, you make us believe that you can beat that man's ass, and that's real. That not many people could pull that off. That authenticity, that genuineness. That's why people love you, man. The way you're able to say, the way you're able to make people feel, like you the guy we want to see fuck people up. Like, you know what I mean?
And that's what I tell all these guys. It's like, look, guys, like you can't just go out there and just talk shit. Like you got to believe your own shit, or nobody else is going to believe it. Like if you don't believe it, nobody else is.
Yeah. Like, what I really love is the fact that when you hit the last call, that's it. It's not like 15 super kicks in a row.
Yeah, I mean that's like I said, that's my thing, and that's kind of one of the things where, I was talking to Triple H on my second NXT match that I had there when I was like, hey man, can I just use my last call super kick as a finish? He goes, well, so many people use the super kick. I said, yeah, they knock people down with theirs. I knock people out with mine. He goes, okay. So, and it's just one of those things is where. People ask me all the time, well, the Young Bucks use the super kick all the time. Well, that's their gimmick. I mean, that's what got them to where they're at, and that's fine. That's their niche. To say, my niche has always been, hey, if I hit you with this, that's it. It's not their finisher. It's my finisher.
Nobody can compare the amount of jack that's coming off of that kick. Right? From a James Storm's last call compared to a super kick from fucking Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? It seems like Triple H listened. Because then they fucking let this guy, Aleister Black with the fucking black mask as a finisher, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what would you say, James, to fans that say they're upset at guys like Kevin Owens using the stunner and Seth Rollins using the pedigree? Some may say it looks awkward, and that's what their complaint is. But everything's kind of recycled, isn't it?
Yeah,
to a certain extent.
They got to understand. I think somewhere like Austin said it was okay for Kevin to use it.
Right, right.
If he says it, then hell,
right.
He's the one that did it. But everybody's always going to compare whoever's using it now to whoever they saw really as a kid using it. That's how I look at it. Just when I was coming up, everybody compared me to Shawn Michaels. Number one, because I had the long hair as well. And number two, because I used the super kick, which is fine or whatever. And I always said I always wanted to try to do at least as good as Shawn. And just to me, Shawn is he was a super kick master. But it's just one of those things where. And there's going to be more people, after me and after the Young Bucks and after whoever else is using it that's going to be using it as well. It's just like you said, it's just recycles.
Right.
And I think the most important thing is putting your own little spin to it, right? At the end of the day, to make it yours, and that's something Shawn was able to do.
That was one of the things is, I go back to Dusty and he told me, he goes, well, if you're going to, keep using the super kick, he goes, you got to name it. He goes, if you put a different name on it, then it's yours. You just don't want to call it the super kick.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So,
yeah. And those Ring of Honor days really did a number on the super kick already. So you can't Can't really get away with that name anymore.
James, you talked about being a kid in the business, and like what brought you into the business? Who is that wrestler, that performer that just made you fall in love with the sport?
Man, there was so many growing up because, like I said, I grew up watching, USWA and some world class, is guys like Tommy Wildfire Rich and even Dutch Mantel. He was to me, he was one of those believable heels that, he would go out there and you would actually think that he was about to kill someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like I said, especially like Tommy Wildfire Rich, he was just one of those guys. He just had that that baby face fire, So.
Hey James, who's your favorite man to hold the 10 pounds of gold?
Oh, that's easy, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
I thought you were gonna say James Storm.
That's gonna be to me. But it's really I was a big Ric Flair fan before I actually became really good friends with him, and and now even when I just sit and just talk to him and he tells me stories from the past and stuff, it's just crazy because you can just listen to him and look into his eyes and tell that he's still so passionate about wrestling.
Literally lived a life.
I mean, you have to invest your whole into it, right? And so it's hard to let it go, and he's had such a big part. He's been such a big part of the wrestling industry, the history behind it,
Yeah, I mean, everybody, still thinks he's the greatest wrestler that ever lived, and he'll tell you, to your face, yeah, he was good, but it takes two to dance. So.
Levels. So my question now is, how many bars did you two shot down? Like,
well, I just say I am not responsible for his liver failure.
Oh shit!
I'm sure everybody had to sign that waiver before going out with him.
Oh yeah. Like there was a time at TNA where I forgot what they called it, whatever, but we just had to shotgun beers after beer after beer before we do like pre-tapes and stuff. And I remember I had because we had a breathalyzer test there as well, and I had a .19 one time. That was when they let us do like the beer drinking championship or whatever.
Right.
Me and Eric Young got so drunk during pre-tapes. It was unreal.
Oh my God. Have you ever had alcohol poisoning?
I don't think I have. I woke up many mornings, not knowing who I am or who she was, but
just open another cold one. That's all.
You know how you know? I found this shit out like 10 years after the fact. If you throw up and it's black, that's alcohol poisoning.
Well, I will. I did have. I remember I did wake up one time and I pissed straight blood.
Ooh.
And so I went to the hospital and had like a hole in my liver, and they had to go in and put a stent on my liver.
Oh my God!
And the only way they can get through to your liver to put a stent on is through your penis, and it don't feel good.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I'm not drinking no more.
You guys became straight edge.
Picking up his jack. So I mean, the liver thing is fucking crazy. But just so you know, this is why it took me 10 years to know, because the night that happened, I killed the bottle of Jack. That is the problem. It was a bottle of Jack and a bottle of Brugal. It was my first weekend at Hofstra, and I was chilling with some white guys. I'm a Dominican dude. I'm like, I'm introducing what my people drink, and you introduced me to Jack, and I fell in love. And yeah, alcohol poisoning.
No boy.
But this happened twice. Apparently, I
didn't learn. James, anybody in particular that you see branching out soon or up and coming in NWA that sparks your eye?
Even though a lot of people don't know he's been in the game for a while, the Ricky Starks kid is really good. He's got a lot of potential. Once he gets into his groove, finds that that he needs, like he's gonna do really well.
Yeah, we 100% agree. We see it. He has that presence. We see a lot of some shades of The Rock in him and his persona, charisma.
And I think a lot of people kind of told him kind of be careful with that as well. Still own it and be yourself, but try not to say any of The Rock's catchphrases.
Yeah. Of course. And that's where he will kill it, right?
Yeah.
It's more of the presence, the way he moves, his mannerism. You see similarities, but it's him. You can tell it's him being him, which is great.
And then, with the women, Thunder Rosa, to me, she's killing it. So.
Oh my God,
I love the stable. Melina's back, man. They got a lot of fuel behind that.
I know, right? Like you know that every time she comes out, you're hoping she jump up on the ring and do the splits.
Yes. I was waiting for. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I was too. I'm sitting there.
I'm like, "No, this is all wrong. This is all wrong."
But it was so right. Oh man, that women's division is legit too. Yeah. I mean, overall, every division, everything we've seen on NWA right now has been fantastic. My question to you is, why have we not yet seen a commercial with you and Adonis sharing a beer?
I know, right? Like that's or I want to go to like Tony Falk's freaking waffles and irons or whatever.
Waffles and irons and
listen. You go to David. You tell him, listen, those ads are working. I bought the invisible hair. It fucking works. It fucking works. I'm rocking it every day, bro.
We are going to push this on
If you come out with a beer, James, I'm buying this shit. I'm telling you.
Facts. Fucking special order.
Trying to get me a beer sponsor. That's what I need next. That's for sure.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's open for business.
That's it.
Let's talk. James, I want to thank you, man. Appreciate your time. I don't want to take any more of it, but we like to end with a round of chair shots. It's a lightning round. Quick questions and whatever comes to your head.
The most authentic response you have. First thing that comes to your mind.
All right, I'll try it.
All right. Cool. So, what's your favorite cheat meal?
Pizza.
Hey,
okay.
What type of meat?
Meat lovers. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. I guess we kind of covered. I don't know. Favorite movie?
Actually, it's gonna sound dumb. Whatever. My favorite movie is actually Tombstone and Cocktail.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, like I said, the Tombstone one is for the Cocktail one is for the girls, but just because it's like.
All right. Yeah, man.
I don't know. I was always just a big Tombstone fan. So.
Okay. All right. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Be invisible.
Invisible, you creep.
That is a common one, damn it. I'm with it. Who's the person you want to meet, real or fictional?
Oh shit! I hope it's God.
Hey, right.
I don't know.
That's the best one. That's the best answer.
I know.
I don't know, but hopefully he'll be like, "Get in here, Storm, you funny son of a bitch." I'm like, I look like your son, God. Let me in.
There you go. Okay.
Oh man, what's the worst purchase you've ever made?
Man, I don't even. Some damn bracelets off Instagram.
What, like the essential oils ones?
It has like the names on it or whatever.
Oh,
like bracelets. Man, that shit came to my house. It looked like an infant, like to wear it. That's it.
Did it turn green immediately once you unpackaged it?
I know it's like a leather band and it still turned green.
What? The milk's gone bad. The milk's gone
bad.
Yeah.
What is the worst game you've ever purchased?
Ooh.
The worst game?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even know. Like with that.
Okay, what's the worst game you played?
Probably
freaking pole position.
Pole position. Yeah, that was a mistake from immediately. You should have known that one. Should have read the reviews. No. I have a quick one for you.
Go ahead, Jay.
Ready? Pick one game. WCW versus NWO, WCW World Tour, WWE No Mercy, WWE WrestleMania 2000.
For what? Ticket for what?
N64.
Oh God, that I can just throw that whole game system away.
So he's not a fan, folks.
Not really a fan of the 64.
Okay.
Fuck him.
Okay.
Fuck him. What is the dumbest way you've been injured?
Oh hell, walking down the damn steps.
What, you break your ankle or something?
Yeah, like I was just walking down the steps and there was like this girl like at ringside or whatever. I was like, hey, clank.
Oh,
shit. During a show? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I've also like chipped a tooth because we were having like a weapons match and they had a damn rake as one of the weapons and I stepped on the end of it and it came up and hit me right in the face and chipped my tooth.
Oh, you did that cartoon shit. That is crazy.
That was a booby trap. Somebody planted on that shit.
What's the useless talent that you may have?
Wrestling.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh man. What other languages other than English, if you speak any, do you?
Love.
There you go. That's a good
there we
one.
go.
There you go.
Okay.
Early do get in drama movies. You get it.
Yeah.
You go get yours, man. What's your favorite sports team? Of overall, I guess.
The Titans, just because I got some of my boys that play for them or whatever. So, but it's funny because everybody like, oh, you're on the bandwagon, but Alabama's been my college team since I was real little, just because my dad went there.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Okay, that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Oh.
You said your boys play there. Who are your boys that play for the Titans?
Well, one of them's Derrick Henry. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like legit? All this shit?
Yeah. So like every year we get, I go down to the Alabama stadium, or whatever, and just hang out with some of the guys or whatever. And I just start meeting them, whatever. And it's just crazy how many people that you meet that you wouldn't think are wrestling fans,
Oh,
really?
shit.
Wow.
So.
Oh man,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's
What's
awesome.
more important to you, James, the heel or the face?
A lot of people think, the heel is what really dictates the match, which, anyway it does. But, if you don't got a good, strong baby face that people care about, then you really ain't got a match. You can really, it's kind of hard to say. It's really 50-50, but, you got to have a great heel to make a great baby face. So.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And who would be your favorite face or heel?
Man, I say my favorite heel that I wrestled was Bobby Roode. He was just because he knew his job. His job was to be hated. You get a lot of these heels that want to go out there and be cheered and stuff, and that's or try to sell T-shirts. It's like that's not your job. When you turn babyface, that's your job. Yeah, and
Word.
a lot of people kind of just forget that.
It's very crossed now. It's mixed feelings with that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and I say, as a babyface side, one of my favorite guys was Sting, and also Chavo Guerrero. Like I always loved Guerrero.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Do you have any pre-show rituals?
Yeah, I eat 15 gummy bears before I go out.
15 gummy bears.
15
What happens after 16?
I don't know why 15. I just I don't know.
How many come in a package?
Well, it depends. Like these damn TSA people, they look at me all the time when I take like a pound of gummy bears through the. I swear they're just real gummy bears.
Yo, you got big ass James Storm coming out with a handful of gummy bears. Yeah, I probably if I worked there, I'd probably tell you something, James.
So
I'll probably be like, hey, where the fuck you going with them gummy bears, James?
They're like, what in the CBD's going on here?
Exactly.
Question for you though. What brand of gummy bears do you enjoy?
Do what now?
What brand of gummy bears?
Oh, it's that shit. I forgot what the brand.
Haribo?
Yeah,
Haribo.
Yeah. Nice.
See, I find them shits to be hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hard to chew. They're good, but they're hard to chew.
I don't know.
Damn. You know what? We tasted
You got
some
them baby
Arizona gummy bears the other day. The Arizona, the iced tea.
Yeah.
Yo, changed my life.
Really?
Yeah, delicious.
James.
You should try some Jack Daniels and Sprite next time you drink some Jack.
Jack Daniels and Sprite, really?
Yeah.
I'm drinking that now. That's my drink. Fuck that. I'm drinking that.
I'm telling you, you take some Jack Daniels and Sprite, put some lime, like a lime in it. Shit. It helps.
Really?
The Sprite helps with the hangover. So.
Oh shit! You see, that shit's happening
That's it.
tomorrow.
That's it. It's happening.
No, for real, that shit's happening tomorrow. I got
Hey,
Jim Beam in the back right now.
What is one last message you want to leave to your fans tonight, James?
You know, anytime you get to go out to the wrestling show, no matter what it is, always support the guys because they're in the ring busting their ass. That's how I always look at it. And it's one of the things that I always live by is, I always go out there and I wrestle every match like it's my last match because one day, my wish will come true and it will be my last match. That's how I look at it as well.
Amazing. James, I would like to thank you, man, for your time. I appreciate you tonight and keep going with the hard work that you're pulling off.
Yeah, like I said, all the guys, man, they show up and they work hard, and that's all that Billy and Dave Lagana can ask, and they got a good group around them, and they handpicked every guy, and with the veterans coming in and helping out the young guys, it's pretty cool. And like I said, you can follow me on social media on Twitter and Instagram at James Storm Brand. I don't have a Facebook. There's been a lot of fake accounts.
Okay.
I had a girl one time come up to me. She goes, "Hey, you know who I am, right?" And I said, "No." She goes, "We've been talking to each other on Facebook." Not me. And then she goes, "Are you sure it's not you?" I'm like, "You're standing in front of James Storm right now, and I'm telling you it's not me."
Wow.
No. And then, and everybody, to get a chance, check out my Patreon and follow me on there. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm starting to do a thing where with my Patreons, I get them to send in like a ghost story. Everybody has a ghost story that they heard or something when they were younger. And
Nice.
I have a character named Django that's going to go and start investigating these ghost stories and shit.
Shit.
So I'm going to do like a small, short story, investigating these ghost stories.
Holy shit.
Awesome.
Some Mythbusters type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
James,
Cowboy, you got a clothing line coming out soon?
Do what now?
Do you have a clothing line coming out soon, I heard?
Yeah, man. Hell, I guess I need to plug that as well. Yeah, just it should be coming out within the next couple of weeks. It's called Last Call Outlaw. It's going to be some pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
The reason I kind of started is just because, I meat a lot of kids and stuff that are unfortunate. And, I'll just say some shit, and I'm just like, man, that was a pretty good quote. To these guys, and then I'd start writing them down in the book. And I was like, man, I should start just putting these on T-shirts or do something with them or whatever. And because a quote that I was told a kid yesterday, it just made his life just hearing stuff like that. I was like, you got this, no matter what this may be. And I was like, holy shit, that's a good quote,
Yeah.
Like one of my shirts on the, it says on the front it says Last Call Outlaw, and on the back it says Outlaws are better than in-laws. So,
Hey.
Gospel.
I preach.
We didn't know you was a preacher now too. God damn.
James,
Jack of all trades, master of none.
James, can we see you? Are you gonna be in the East Coast anytime soon, around New Jersey, New York area?
Actually, I just had some people just hit me up about some stuff up in the New York area. So as soon as I get that confirmed or whatever, I'll stick that up on my Twitter and stuff, and I'll definitely hit you guys up and let you guys know as well.
Absolutely, we'll definitely listen. We will be there. You let us know, and we'll be there for you with the Meat Lovers Pizza and some good old Jack.
In a single barrel.
We can't get you a barrel though. We're gonna have to get you a bottle.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Good luck with everything, and we'd love to have you again. We gotta do this another time, man.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys so much, man.
Thank you, man.
It's
You have
been
a
pleasure,
good
man.
night.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
See ya.